review. And I think this is probably the biggest review we've had in weeks regarding this bloody transfer window. And let's hope there's going to be a positive chat and debate this afternoon. Hey guys, good afternoon. Welcome back to the channel United Red Devils 20 on YouTube. Hope everyone is having a fantastic Sunday afternoon. Hope everyone's enjoying this weekend so far in August 2023. And I hope you're all looking forward to this brand new week ahead. First of all, to me, massive favour me, hit the like button, the share button. Please subscribe to the channel if you're new to United Red Devils 20 on YouTube. Please subscribe to the channel and to the community if you're new. Share the video, hit the tweet button, and hit the retweet button. Remember to always put that notification bell on all times to receive dedicated content right throughout the rest of 2023 on United Red Devils 20 YouTube for more Fortnite, Hogwarts Legacy, Kingdom Hearts 4, FIFA 23, EA Sports FC 24, Rocket League, and much more brand new stuff planned for the rest of this year in 2023 on United Red Devils 20 on YouTube. Good afternoon to all you legends. Good afternoon to all you legendary people. Welcome back to the channel and welcome to Manchester United summer transfer window week 7 review and assessment of this summer transfer window so far in 2023 for Manchester United Football Club. And I think today, we have to hit the nail on the head. We have to be honest, we have to be brutal, and we have to be open about the way Manchester United are dealing with this transfer window in 7 weeks, where it's been so up and down, more than a yo-yo. It's been, hypothetically for me, an embarrassing transfer window. It's not been good enough. The manager hasn't been backed. And I deep down feel sorry for the fans, the supporters, for what this football club has put us through all summer long in 2023 in this transfer window. I do believe the manager is being massively let down. Erik ten Hag, I deeply feel sorry for. I don't feel like, for me, he's been given any backing that he wanted. And if you look at this transfer window, this is week 7. Manchester United have got 25 days left to make this transfer window look like a good one. And with the signings of Rasmus Højlund, Onana and Mason Mount, yeah, that may be good. But is that enough backing to say this manager has been given the full deserved backing that I think, in my opinion, Erik ten Hag deserves? For me, it's a blatant no. This transfer window has been slow, it's been naive, it's been pathetic, and Manchester United have been slow on every single deal so far in and out of players regarding Manchester United this summer. We've not been quick enough. We've been very, very slow. And with 25 days left till this transfer window slam shut, Manchester United really need to get a bloody move on this week. Manchester United need to move. They need to motor. Manchester United really need to get their ass into gear, because you've got to save this transfer window for what it could turn out to be a massive joke, a massive disgrace. And I think as a whole, Manchester United have been inefficient, they have been incompetent, and they haven't given the backing this manager deserves. Erik ten Hag, without him this summer, I honestly do not know where this football club would be. I don't think we would have signed Mason Mount. I don't think we would have signed Onana. And personally, I don't think Manchester United would have signed Rasmus Højlund. And I think without Erik ten Hag this summer, God forbid where this football club would be without him, because Erik ten Hag has come here to this football club and worked his ass off. He's worked miracles in season 1. And in another summer transfer window, he's having to push these pathetic owners, this incompetent board, to get the players over the line what he wants. And I do feel so sorry for him, because this job could kill Erik ten Hag. The amount of commitment, desire and passion he's having to put in on a daily basis, not just on the first team, not just on the reserves, but the way the transfer window has been developed by Manchester United so far all summer long. Man United really should be hanging their heads in shame, because you look at what this manager's done, you look at the commitment he's showing, but Manchester United aren't showing any efficient manager. Onana may be a good signing. Mason Mount may be a good signing. Rasmus Højlund may be a good signing. But the way all 3 of those deals dragged on and on and on and on, it was like the same history of last summer in 2022 summer transfer window. History basically is repeating itself. Man United are acting way too slow. We're not efficient enough. And there's too many players at this club in a Man United shirt, in a training jersey, that shouldn't even be at this football club anymore. Manchester United need to get a move on by selling players this week. And we also really need to kick on, get another midfielder, another striker, a centre-back, a backup goalkeeper, a right-back and a winger. Manchester United really need to work on 6 deals in the next 25 days. Have Manchester United got the competence or efficiency to work on 6 players incoming at Old Trafford? I just believe they have. I don't think the recruitment team deserves any credit. This transfer window for me so far has been a joke. People are saying out there that John Mercer and Richard Arnold are working absolute miracles to get transfer fee down to players, which they worked on Rasmus Højlund, Onana and Mason Mount. I completely disagree. Richard Arnold and John Mercer are a complete joke. They are puppets for the Glazers. They basically are a yes men for them to cover up their back. And basically, people are thinking that United's transfer window so far has been fantastic. It's been a 10 out of 10 transfer window. I can't give it more than a 3. I completely disagree that Manchester United have acted quickly. I disagree that Manchester United have been efficient. And I disagree that Manchester United have got their ass into the gear in the summer transfer window. I think now you are going to see complete panic for the next few weeks. Manchester United are going to be desperate to move players out. They're going to be desperate to bring players in. And Manchester United as a whole, they are basically shopping in the bargain basement at Home Bargains just to try and get 2 or 3 players in to get this squad depth up before the Premier League season starts. Manchester United kick off their new Premier League season in 8 days. And what have Man United done all summer? What have Manchester United realistically done all summer to show us that they have changed, that they're competent and they're efficient? It took 3 weeks to sign Mason Mount. It took 6 weeks to sign Onana. It took 7 weeks to sign a bloody striker. And the way the Rasmus Højlund announcement was at Old Trafford yesterday, that was completely PR. Basically, PR is basically trying to cover up people's incompetence behind the scenes to say how long Manchester United took on the Rasmus Højlund deal. 7 weeks is a joke. We should have had a goal-scoring striker on pre-season tour against Real Madrid and Dortmund and Lyon and Arsenal and Leeds. Manchester United really should have had a goal-scoring striker already on tour with them to integrate them into the first team. And Manchester United didn't even have a striker. And with the bad news is that Rasmus Højlund is actually out injured for 3 weeks. Manchester United really still haven't signed a striker because Rasmus Højlund is unavailable due to the slight knock he's picked up for Atalanta while in pre-season training, playing pre-season games for Atalanta in Serie A. Rasmus Højlund picking up that knock is a big, big blow. I didn't expect it to be that long of a blow, but it is. Manchester United really haven't really signed a striker. I really don't believe Man United have signed Rasmus Højlund because we're not going to see him in a Manchester United shirt for weeks. And it's quite disappointing. It's quite frankly frustrating. And it's quite frankly not good enough in this football club to waste 7 weeks on a striker where Manchester United really should have been working on Mount, Onana and Rasmus Højlund all at the same time. We could have had a proper pre-season, a proper training regime, and I would have expected pre-season results to have been a lot better against Wrexham, Real Madrid and Borussia Dortmund, where Man United suffered 3 defeats in a row. And basically, that is down to the owners. It's down to this board. And quite frankly, Manchester United have been an absolute letdown all summer transfer window long. I can't say Man United are good. They're not an efficient football club. They're quite frankly not even a football club, if we're being honest. They are a basement club. They are a business. They don't act like a football club. They think they operate quite frankly good. And in my opinion, you're quite frankly embarrassing. It's very, very embarrassing from a big point of view that we're on 7 weeks of this transfer window and Man United has signed 3 players and it's taken 7 weeks. I just don't think it's fair. I really, really think it's unfair because we've started our Premier League season in 8 days and we've still got a depleted squad. We've still got many members of this first team squad that don't belong in a Man United shirt. There's so many players in this football club that don't give a shit. And there's so many players at this club Ten Hag wants rid of, and Manchester United basically are bargaining for a good sell-on fee to sell the players Ten Hag wants rid of. And Manchester United are being harsh, unfair of the treatment and the valuation they are valuing some of these Deadwood players at. And Man United this week need to get players out as well as players in. Manchester United really, really need a good week in this transfer window. I don't want to be sat here next Sunday afternoon, Sunday evening again, talking about the same old incompetence over and over and over again from this football club, because it's not good enough. It's not acceptable. And quite frankly, it's disgusting. Everything behind the scenes, like I've been told by several people close to Manchester United, is a joke. It's a circus. And we're basically at a fairground ride. And basically, Manchester United think they're a good, competent football club. But behind the scenes, we are basically clowns. And it really, really is embarrassing to witness this most historic English football club, most successful English football club of all time ever, based on titles and trophies that we've won. Man United are not acting like a big football club. We are acting, really, in my opinion, like a National League club. I think we can call it for how it is now. Manchester United are acting very, very inefficient. We're so very slow. And quite frankly, I feel sorry for the players that we've got, that they realise half the players they've got around them are shit. Let's call it how it is. Some of these players are not good enough to play for Manchester United. Some of these players don't even deserve to be in a Man United shirt. Some of these players, in my opinion, don't even deserve to even be in the first team or even on the bench. And it's quite frankly, you are now seeing the same cracks, the same problems resurface, open up again. It's basically, you've got a really bad cut on your arm or your leg. You think it's healed, and all of a sudden that cut, that wound is opened up again. It's just really, really embarrassing. Manchester United are not healing the cracks. And hello to Liverpool do 674 in the chat. Port Vale are on your side. They've just lost 7-0 to Barnsley away. Yeah, that was a very, very embarrassing defeat for Port Vale away to Barnsley in the start of the League One season yesterday afternoon, on Saturday afternoon. But we are basically, I would agree with that comment. We are acting like Port Vale. We are not Manchester United. We're not a football club. We are acting like a League One side. And quite frankly, if you look at a team like Port Vale, they have signed more players than us. Even Stoke City of the Championship have signed more players than us. And that is what you get if you back your manager and give him the players he wants. And Man United so far are now shopping in the bargain basement because they've realised they've messed up again. They have thrown the manager under the bus again. And basically what Man United think they're good at, they're not. They're not a good football club. We're meant to be successful. And that success will come down to what this summer transfer window ends up like when it slams shut at the end of August. And like I said, once that transfer window slams shut, I will be doing a brutal review of what this transfer window has been like as a whole, because we are on week 7 and I just don't think Manchester United have got any clear plan. There seems to be no clear structure. There seems to be no clear ideas what Manchester United are planning to do next. And Man United can go on about their shiny new toys in Rasmus Højlund, Onana and Mason Mount for as many times as you like. But you cannot keep going on about the shiny new toys for weeks and weeks on end. You need to be moving on to the next target. You need to be moving on to players being sold. And if Man United don't do anything this week and we're sat here next Sunday evening and players like Fred, Donny van der Beek, Dean Henderson, Harry Maguire, Tom Heaton, Eric Bailly are still here, and Sofran Amrabat deal hasn't been agreed either, then we are going to be sat here discussing the same problems over and over again. I just want Manchester United to show some kind of ambition, that they care. They're up for the job. They're up for the task of, do you know what? We're going to listen now. We're going to listen to the fans. We're going to listen to supporters. We're going to listen to our manager, and we're going to get them the players they want. And Manchester United so far, it's like having an IEP target when you were at school. You had an IEP target to achieve all these targets throughout every single term, because you've got 6 terms at school or college, whatever. And Man United aren't ticking off any of those IEP targets. They're not ticking off any of them because of the inefficiency Manchester United are showing. Man United are not being ambitious, we're lazy, we're arrogant, we're cocky. We're quite frankly embarrassing because everybody sits there and laughs at Manchester United. They sit there and say you're an incompetent club, you're a joke, you're a mess, you're an embarrassment. And they have got, quite frankly, the right to say it. We are a joke. We are embarrassing. We are a badly operated football club. We are on our knees. We are pathetic. And the problem is the fans and supporters feel this for the worst. We care about this football club. We care about the way it runs. We care about the way it operates. But at Manchester United, it's all jobs for the boys. It's mates rates FC. Manchester United, if they really cared, they would have really been backing this manager. And really, in my opinion, they would have been shown some kind of ambition in the next 25 days to sign some more players, get rid of half the deadwood, and buy more players Ten Hag is looking for. Because now Rasmus Højlund is signed, United are going to have to go back in for another striker. There's no doubt about that Man United are now going to have to find another striker. Rasmus Højlund is out for 3 weeks. We haven't got a striker. Anthony Martial has been on pre-season tour all season long for Manchester United, but is still injured. We are starting the season without a goal-scoring striker to start the Premier League season next Monday evening against Wolves. We are probably going to have to end up starting Marcus Rashford down the middle just to avoid the vacant spot our striker should be sitting in. Manchester United could not sit there this whole week and do nothing. We cannot afford to go another week without no signings, no players being sold. Manchester United need to get a bloody move on. You are so slow at the moment. You're so inefficient. And quite frankly, the way you've operated this transfer window, it's a joke. It is embarrassing to witness this football club operate the way it does. I feel sorry for everyone connected with Manchester United as a whole, all the fans, all the supporters. I feel sorry for all of us because we are the ones being laughed at and criticised because we are told that the fan base and supporters are hysterical. They know nothing about football. They all need to stop moaning because all those Manchester United fans do is moan and moan and moan and moan. I'm not giving this transfer window more than a 3 because I'm not being funny. You've signed 3 players and that's been it. United really should have had 10 players in and 10 to 15 players being sold. United have got 9 to 10 objectives to achieve before this transfer window slams shut. And if United fail to do it, I am telling you now, more players that we wanted rid of in this summer will be here next season and will be here featuring in a Man United shirt in this upcoming season in 2 weeks' time. More players who aren't good enough to be in the first team will be given an opportunity to prove themselves to Erik Ten Hag that they deserve to be at this football club. We need to stop being brutal. We need to stop being open and honest about what players are not good enough. And we know what players aren't good enough. Harry Maguire, Jadon Sancho, Scott McTominay, Fred, Donny van der Beek, Eric Bailly, Tom Heaton, Dean Henderson. I mean, the list goes on. Anthony Martial. There are so many players at this football club that need shifting this week. We can't sit there and not sell players. United have got an opportunity to go and get another 5 to 6 new players if the opportunity is there to do it. And I think Man United know. We've lost Rasmus Højlund to injury. We didn't realise he had a slight knock. How that little knock in Rasmus Højlund did not fail the medical is very, very suspicious because if it was a bad injury, Rasmus Højlund would have failed the medical and we wouldn't have been able to sign him. And with a deal with Atalanta, would have been cancelled forthwith. And Manchester United can say that, you know what, the injury isn't that bad, but he's going to be out for 3 weeks. If the injury's not that bad, the medical would have failed the transfer and the transfer would not have been able to go through. So Man United can't sit there, well, Rasmus Højlund is going to be out injured. He's going to be out injured for 3 weeks. We have lost him through injury. Well, you're going to have to understand that we've now got him unavailable. Well, that is down to Manchester United. That isn't Atalanta's fault. That's not Rasmus Højlund. That is Manchester United being as slow as anything to get the Rasmus Højlund deal done. It's taken them 7 fucking weeks to get him in. It's a joke. And I feel sorry, deep down sorry for Rasmus Højlund. I feel sorry for the guy. I feel sorry for him because it's a dream come true playing for Manchester United and being at this football club. And he's come in and all of a sudden, because Manchester United have taken so fucking long to get the deal done. Manchester United have realised, oh shit, Rasmus Højlund's got a slight knock. It's appeared on the medical, but it wouldn't be enough to fail the medical and for the transfer not to materialise. That is on Manchester United for how long they have taken to do the deal. That is on Manchester United for taking the piss with the deal. They should have paid up and given Atalanta what they wanted in the first place. Rasmus Højlund would have been a Manchester United player. He would have been in pre-season. He would have been in the games and he would have been scoring goals. And the confidence would have been up there to start him at home in Wolves in 2 weeks' time. And Man United haven't got a striker now. So the only option for me is Man United desperately go to Atletico Madrid and do a deal for João Felix. That is the only option I think Man United have got to get another striker in. We cannot afford to be starting Marcus Rashford down the middle when his best position is on the left wing for Manchester United. We can't afford to start Marcus Rashford on the left wing up front against Wolves. We can't do it because we will just shoot ourselves in the foot. It will all go wrong. And then all of a sudden, when the left wing's knackered, they'll have to deploy Marcus Rashford back out on the left wing. And if Anthony Martial's unavailable, we don't really have an option to not start Rashford. We're going to have to start him now. That is down to Man United's piss-up recruitment. That is down to Man United signing a player they realised had a slight knock. But the knock couldn't have been that bad because, like I said, the transfer wouldn't have happened. So I wouldn't read too much on the Rasmus Højlund injury being too bad. I would read that on Man United are not trying to rush him and they want him to settle before they play him. And you never know. Rasmus Højlund might be fit for the Wolves game. He might start. I think he's going to have to start no matter what. I couldn't really care if he's injured or not. These players have got to show that, you know what, no matter if they're injured or they've got a slight knock, they are going to have to show that they've got the heart and desire to get back in the Man United shirt very, very quickly. You can't keep using injuries and knocks as an excuse not to be in a Man United shirt playing competitive football, especially in the Premier League. You can't keep using that as an excuse. If I had a slight knock or a slight injury, I would still put on a Man United shirt and play. Yes, I've actually played at a high professional level of football, but I never gave up. I never surrendered. I never gave in. But players at Man United, as soon as they get a slight knock or a slight injury, Man United do not like to take any risks. But Man United, you really should be providing risk to show that these players have got the balls and the cojones to show that they're a Manchester United player. But now you've lost Rasmus Højlund, get on the phone to Atletico Madrid and somehow do a loan deal for João Felix with an option to buy at the end of the season. Because like I said, I don't want to deploy Rashford down the middle because you're then going to have to either start Jadon Sancho or Garnacho on the left. I mean, I probably would have had to start Garnacho now, knowing Rasmus Højlund is unavailable, just to deploy Rashford down the middle for the striking position. So United have got themselves in a bad mess here. And this has been the mess of the whole summer transfer window. It's been a complete mess all summer long. And I've got no sympathy for Manchester United. I can't sit there and protect them. I'm never going to sit there and protect them because the club just operates badly on a daily basis. And I just feel like for the state of mental health and anxiety that fans and supporters of Manchester United have or being caused by Manchester United do not have any remorse. They don't care about the fans. They don't care about the supporters. As long as Manchester United are getting money in and getting money in great to spend on players and sell players, Man United are not going to complain. Man United will sit there and still slam the fans and supporters because they're the ones putting the money in. And I think, the fans and supporters are not doing enough. There should be protests every single game, every home game, every day. Like now, the school and college summer holidays are now upon us. I think we need to be protesting every day. I think now there's an opportunity to really put in this attitude of removing these snakes and the Glazers, removing this incompetent board of Richard Arnold and John Murtagh, and starting afresh and getting the Qataris in. But the problem is we are under Glazer ownership, and this is the big problem. And I think what has happened now United have spent 73 million on Rasmus Højlund, and that is a lot because that's 85 million euros. To spend that on a 20-year-old striker, especially knowing he's going to be out for 3 fucking weeks, it's just it's so disappointing that United yet again have fallen into the same old shit, the same old mistakes and the same old cracks are reappearing, unfortunately. And that is Manchester United down to a T, I'm afraid. Man United think that they're a great, competent football club when deep down we are stuck in the weeds. We're stuck in the same old momentum. We're stuck with the same old shit. And unfortunately, I think the Glazers expected Ten Hag to go with the same squad he had last season to the end of last season. They expected him to use that same squad again, not knowing he would need signings. But you've got to improve the team to build on the team you've already got. And Man United could not have afforded to go with the same team that finished last season again for this upcoming season. We couldn't afford to do that. We needed more brand new players in to improve the current first team. And United haven't really done it. You haven't really done it if you think about it, because Harry Maguire is not wanted at Manchester United. The captaincy's been removed. We want to sell him, but Man United are asking stupid money. It's the same for Scott McTominay. Man United are asking inefficient, stupid money that other clubs do not value Scott McTominay at. It's the same with Fred. Manchester United are after 15 million and Fred is still here. Donny van de Beek apparently has been in talks with Real Sociedad. Still no deal's been done. Tom Heaton has offers from Luton Town and Everton, and Man United have said no. Dean Henderson, Man United are being tight on the price tag and the fee that they want for their goalkeeper. And then all of a sudden, we've then got no backup goalkeeper, which we haven't. Dean Henderson and Tom Heaton are not good enough as goalkeepers to beat this football club. I'm really sorry they're not. Dean Henderson's a mercenary. So is Tom Heaton. Neither of them are backup good choices for number one goalkeeper. None of those two are good backup options. I'm sorry. We need to be signing another backup goalkeeper before this window slams shut. I don't know what Man United's plan is to do. Is the plan to keep Dean Henderson and Tom Heaton, or is it to sell them both and then get a backup goalkeeper in? I don't know what Man United's game is. I don't know what's going to happen next. But United need to start pushing players out as well as bringing more players in, because if United don't do anything this week, like I said, we are going to be sat here next Sunday evening discussing the same old problems, and Man United have been way too slow. And that is what the whole week's been like. It has been as slow as anything. I honestly thought that, now that Fred and Donny van de Beek are 100% going to leave the club in the summer, why have neither of those deals been done? Why have we not sold them yet? It's because Man United are penny pinching for every single pound that they can get from the transfer fee. And I'm praying and hoping that money is going straight back into the first team to improve this current squad, because we still need to spend, in my opinion, another 300 to 400 million before this summer transfer window slams shut. We've got to do it. We cannot sit there and not spend the money I think really is realistic to spend. Man United should have come into the summer transfer window and it should have been open checkbook. It should have been, you've done such a great job in season one, Eric. Here's 500 to 600 million to spend on the squad. And United, what they've done with that is they've basically used FFP. They've used financial fair play all summer long, bullshit PR crap, to get away with a bad summer transfer window. They've used it all summer long thinking they can get away with it. And us, the fans and us supporters, we are not stupid. We're not thick. We know what we're on about. We talk a load of sense. We ain't stupid, basically. We are not stupid. We are clever. We know what we're on about and we know how to deal with this. Man United have used FFP all summer long to basically cover up the Glazers, Richard Arnold and John Murtaugh's incompetence. They have used financial fair play to get away with such a shit transfer window. And it has been very, very shit. The whole summer transfer window as a whole has been very, very shit. This manager has not been given the number one priority targets. The primary options Eric Ten Hag wanted aren't at the football club. And we're sat here with backup options. And you've seen that in all three of the signings. Onana wasn't the number one choice goalkeeper Eric Ten Hag wanted. He wanted Jordan Pickford. Rasmus Højlund was not the number one striking option. It was Harry Kane or Victor Osimhen. Kim Min-jae was the centre-back primary option for Manchester United. He went to Bayern Munich because Man United were too slow. Mason Mount was not the number one midfield priority target. It was James Maddison. It was Frankie de Jong. So Eric Ten Hag, if you're looking at it, if I was Eric Ten Hag, I'd be sat there thinking, what the hell's going on? What the hell's this football club trying to do? What is this football club trying to prove? Because at the moment, they're not proving anything. They are showing that, do you know what? We don't care about the criticism we get. We don't care about the stuff we get called on social media, especially on Twitter. We ain't going to listen to all that crap from the fans. We're not going to listen to the crap from the supporters that they say about us. We're going to get on with our jobs, and we're going to do our jobs badly. And Richard Arnold and John Murtough are bad at their job. They are very, very bad. They are not good football directors. They're crap negotiators. We don't have a proper negotiating team. And this is why Manchester United are failing. This is why Harry Kane hasn't ended up at United. This is why Victor Osimhen hasn't ended up at Manchester United. This is why Kim Min-jae's at Bayern Munich. This is why Jordan Pickford is still at Everton. This is why James Maddison went to Tottenham. This is why Frankie de Jong is still at FC Barcelona. It's because Manchester United have said no to all those targets. We're not spending crazy money. We're going to do things by the book. We've got to be careful of financial fair play. We've got to sell to buy crap as well. It's just a complete and utter load of bullshit because Manchester United know they have fucked up badly. The transfer window's turned into complete chaos again. And Man United basically are trying to get away with it. And the thing is, the fans and supporters can read through your incompetence. We are not thick. We ain't stupid about where you're bad at your job. If Harry Kane was the primary target, Man United should have paid up. It's the same for Osimhen. Man United should have paid up. It's the same for Kim Min-jae. Manchester United should have paid up. Like, the list goes on. United really should not be negotiating. You should be giving the selling club what they want in the first place just to get the deal done. Man United spent 85 million euros on Rasmus Højlund, 73 million. So you can't tell me that 120 million budget that we were being told about all summer long was realistic. There was no way that was going to be the budget. Man United deep down had more money to spend than what people were letting on. There was more money there to spend than what Man United were saying. It's because Man United think they can get away with it. And the thing is, Man United can't get away with it because this fan base ain't gullible. These supporters aren't gullible. We're not incompetent. We are efficient. We know how bad you are at your job. And I think if you've got any remorse or any ambition, start listening to what the fans and supporters want this week. Is sell Fred, sell Donny van de Beek, sell Dean Henderson, Tom Heaton, Harry Maguire, Jadon Sancho, Eric Bailly. Sell them. Get rid of them and bring some players in. If West Ham are offering 40 million for Scott McTominay, just bloody take it. If someone's offering 12 to 15 million for Fred, take it. If someone's offering 20, 30 million for Harry Maguire, just take it. If someone's offering 15 to 20 million for Dean Henderson, just take the money and run. Because that money, you will not get that opportunity again to have that money being offered for some of your dead wood players. And the thing is, that money could then go back into the club to buy the players Erik ten Hag wants. And what do I think is going to happen this week? I don't think anything's going to happen. I don't expect Manchester United to be busy at all this week, buying players or even selling players. I think Man United are going to take their time. They're not going to rush. There ain't going to be no signs of panic. But you've got basically 25 days left, Man United, to prove me wrong. And I'm hoping you're going to do it because this transfer has not been good enough all season long. Rasmus Højlund isn't enough. Onana isn't enough. Mason Mount is not enough. We need another striker. We need a centre-back. We need a right-back. We need another midfielder. We need a backup goalkeeper. And we need a winger. United have got to bring in at least 6 more players before this transfer window shuts. Man United have got an obligation to listen and do as they're told. They need to listen to their manager and get players in. If it doesn't happen this week, and we're sat here after week 8, which is going to be this week coming, United are going to feel the wrath at the end when this transfer window shuts. And I think the fans and supporters are not afraid to voice their view and opinion because we know best. This fan base, these supporters, we know what we're on about. We are not stupid. We are not going to fall for the crap that Man United continue to leak from their pathetic PR team that is protect the Glazers, protect the Glazers, protect the Glazers, protect the Glazers, and protect the Glazers. I see their favourite blue-tick journalists in Simon Stone, Laurie Whitwell, James Ducker sit there protecting Samuel Lutkehurst all protecting Man United, saying there's a limited budget. Financial fair play is a deep concern this summer. It's been bullshit. We've been lied to by all of them because all those journalists I've mentioned are on the payroll for Manchester United Football Club. And none of them can call out the Glazers or the ownership or the board, because all of those journalists that work for Manchester United would be fired or would be sacked. And they wouldn't have a club to report on. And really, all four of them should be hanging their heads in shame as well, because you've lied to the fans, you've lied to the supporters, and you're basically not calling out how badly inefficient Manchester United are. Why can't you just be honest and brutal and open up about what the hell is going on? Because it's not fair on mental health, especially people like me, who's got anxiety, also has depression, also has autism, and I have mental health. Do you think any of those four things are fair on me, knowing I've got all four of them? And the way United are treating me, not just me, every Man United fan and supporter across the world, do you think it's fair treating us like this? Do you think this transfer window has been has this transfer been a flare affection of the way you've dealt with everything? Because it's not been a fair reflection. You have been unfair. Soon as that FA Cup final defeat to Man City, there has been unfair criticism of the fans and supporters who have basically been told you're all hysterical, you know nothing what you're on about, you're talking bullshit, you're talking crap. The fans and supporters see Manchester United week in, week out. We know what's best for the club. We know what's best for this football team. We know what's best for the players, the managers, and the squad. And the fans and supporters have got to unite at some point, because the longer we don't do anything, the worse situation Man United are going to find themselves in. Something has got to give by the end of this week. What I would like to see happen this week is Man United sell Fred and Donny van der Beek and get the Sofyan Amrabat deal done to bring him to Manchester United. United have got to get that deal done with Fiorentina, and it has to be this week. Not the week after that, or the week after that, or the week after that. We need this Amrabat deal done this week. Man United, you do as you're fucking told. If Amrabat is the player Ten Hag wants in this week, you've got to deliver. Just take the money you're being offered for Fred and Donny van der Beek, because that will get the Amrabat deal done. You can't sit there and say no. Just give Fiorentina the 30 million euros they want, which is equivalent of 25 million. That is nothing to sneeze at. United really should just pay up, cough up, and get Amrabat in, because Amrabat, all the personal terms with Manchester United agreed. He's agreed the deal with Manchester United. He's just waiting for Fiorentina, his current club, and Manchester United to sit down and agree the deal and get the deal done. That deal will only happen, like Fabrizio Romano said yesterday, it's up to the clubs. It's up to Manchester United. It's up to when they sell Donny van der Beek and Fred. I don't want Donny van der Beek to go, by the way. I'm a massive fan of Donny van der Beek. He's one of my favourite players. I don't want Donny van der Beek to go. I would rather Fred and McTominay both be sold before him, because Fred and McTominay have been shite ever since they both pulled on a Man United shirt. They're both crap, incompetent midfielders. They've been wanking that Man United team ever since they got put in the first team. We should have never spent 50 million on Fred. He's been shit ever since. McTominay basically is the next Roy Keane. Bullshit. He's absolutely wank. So United really do not want to mess this Amrabat deal up, because if they mess the Amrabat deal up, there's no other midfielders Man United are looking at. So United have really got to get this deal done this week, and I'm hoping they will. But I just got a bad feeling United are going to wait until they receive the right offers for Fred and Donny, and they'll keep Scott McTominay. Scott McTominay should be sold before Donny van der Beek, and so should Fred. Donny van der Beek is one of the best midfielders this club's got, up there with Eriksen, Casemiro, Fernandes, and Mason Mount. Donny van der Beek should not be pushed out this football club. But Man United are pushing Donny van der Beek out this club because they know Erik ten Hag does not see him in his team's future. He can't put him in and not operate the way Donny van der Beek wants into the Man United midfield. And Mason Mount's ahead of him. So is Fernandes. So is Eriksen. And so is Casemiro. All four of them are ahead of Donny van de Beek. And it's unfair. It really, really is unfair. And I don't want Donny van de Beek to go, but Man United will sell him. And so will Fred. But it's got to happen this week. We cannot sit here all week and twiddle our thumbs. United have got to start motoring to get this team up for the fight, because this Premier League season is going to be tough. We've got Wolves, Tottenham, Nottingham Forest, Arsenal and Brighton in our first 5 games. United need 15 points out of 15. That is not going to be easy the way Man United are at the moment. That is not going to be an easy set of fixtures to deal with in the first few weeks of the Premier League season. And that is going to be down to the players we've got and the players we haven't got. So the Amrabat deal needs to be sped up this week. It needs to get the here we go this week. And I'm hoping that's what's going to happen. If Ten Hag wants Amrabat, because Amrabat was probably one of the best world-class midfielders in the World Cup last year. So Amrabat from Morocco would be an upgrade on what we've got. It'd be an upgrade on Eriksen. It'd be the backup for Casemiro. And he could play with Fernandes and Mason Mount. And then you would have such a good midfield. If Donny van de Beek was to stay and Freddie McTominay be sold and we still get Amrabat, I'll be happy with that. But I've just, there's that Donny van de Beek will 100% go. And I hope it works out for Donny wherever he goes, because he's apparently in talks with Real Sociedad. So I'm not saying I'm hoping the Donny van de Beek deal falls through, but I would like to see Donny stay and sell Fred and McTominay before Donny van de Beek. But if they let go of Donny van de Beek, Fred and McTominay, it just can't just be Amrabat. We need another midfielder on top. Who are we looking at? I've got no idea. I don't know who the else we're looking at, but we were looking at Rabiot from Juventus on a free, and Man United basically said no, which was ludicrous. Absolutely ludicrous. And we're stuck in this situation now. So United have got money. I think really what needs to happen, United get the deal done with Fiorentina first, get Amrabat in, and then they sell Fred and Donny van de Beek. That is what I would like to see happen, because that's an option in the midfield, because Fred wants to go, Donny van de Beek wants to, and I think we will sell Scott McTominay. But United have got to speed things up with all the selling clubs that want these 3 players. Because if they're here at the end of this week, then we are going to head into... This is going to be week 8 of the transfer window. It's going to be week 8. If all these players are still in a Man United shirt by the weekend of next week, then I'm afraid United are up the creek without the paddle. We are heading up the river, and the paddle we're meant to be rowing the boat with has fallen in the river, and the river is too deep to go in and fetch it. So United can say, well, we want the valuations of our players met. We're not going to sell them for low price fees. We want the money we want. No one's going to pay the fee you want, because Donny van de Beek's hardly played. Freddie McTominay is shit. Harry Maguire is fucking useless. Dean Henderson's a snake. Tom Heaton's a mercenary. No one's going to pay you your stupid, overvaluated fees for the crap, deadwood, shite, pathetic snake players that this football club's got. No one's going to pay your stupid, wet fees. You want to sell these players. Not any other club across Europe is that gullible to do it. We are not stupid. Even the fans and supporters know this. No one's going to pay the fees that you want for your players. Just take the money being offered and run. If someone offers 12-13 million for Fred, just take it. At the end of the day, just get Amrabat done. I want Amrabat in. I want Amrabat to be a Manchester United player, because I will back the manager and his ideas to bring these players in. I hope Amrabat works out, because what he did for Morocco in the World Cup was stunning. He was an absolute world-class midfield beater. And what he did in that semi-final against France for Morocco, he was Morocco's best player by an absolute mile. And if you saw him in that UEFA Europa Conference League final against West Ham that Fiorentina lost eventually 2-1 to, and West Ham are back in the Europa League for the first time ever in their history. Amrabat was probably Fiorentina's best player, and this is what Erik Ten Hag wants, because he's worked with Amrabat before. I think Ten Hag wants players that he's worked with before because he knows he can trust them. I think without Erik Ten Hag's pool this summer, half the players we've got rid of so far and half the players we've brought in, they wouldn't be at Manchester United. both sides of the story would not be here. The whole transfer window's success so far has been down to Ten Hag. It's not down to Manchester United. It ain't down to this football club. It's been the pull and the attraction of playing under Erik Ten Hag. The club have got no thanks for this. You can't thank the football club. You can't thank Manchester United. The whole purpose of what players we've brought in so far is down to Erik Ten Hag. Imagine where he would have been if he wasn't here. Imagine if this was Pochettino. I want Harry Kane. Wow. You'd probably want Harry Kane. If Pochettino was managing this club, he'd want Harry Kane. He'd probably want Heung-min Son at a push as well. He'd want both of them out of Tottenham. So, I think United, have got to do business this week. They've got to do something upcoming this week. You can't just say, well, we've got to be careful. We want fees for our players that we want. We don't want to let them go for cheap. We need to get Amrabat done. We don't really need to rush it. But if the Bayern Munich interest is there, which it actually is, if Bayern Munich are in for Amrabat and Man United do not hurry the deal up, Amrabat could end up at Bayern Munich. And then who do we get? United could end up in a big mess by the end of this transfer window. What I want to see happen is they sign Amrabat, they sign João Felix on loan, they get that Todibo from that French centre, they get Suzuki as the backup goalkeeper, they get Frimpong as the new right back because Dalot and Wan-Bissaka are trash, especially both of them the way they both played yesterday. Dalot was an absolute disgrace to the badge and the shirt of this football club, as well as Aaron Wan-Bissaka, who's useless as well, and quite frankly shit. So you need Frimpong for Bayer Leverkusen, and then what needs to happen then? You need a winger. Alan St. Maximin was available to Newcastle. He went to Saudi Arabia. So I don't know what other winger Man United can look at, but United have got to start pushing. And I'm hoping that is what's going to happen this week. But if you know what Man United are like, I wouldn't expect this football club to be quick at all this week. I don't think they'll rush things. I think they will take their time as much as possible because they know they're under no rush or no pressure to sign or sell players at the pace that they want. And hello to NBB Football Association in the chat, by the way. One of our subscribers to the channel. Hello to you. Hope you're having a good Sunday afternoon so far. So yeah, United have got two options really. Go this whole week and do nothing, or go this whole week, sell Fred and Donny van der Beek, bring in Amrabat, and then bring in maybe a João Felix on loan, because that would be a good transfer window. But you then still need a centre-back, a right-back, and a winger. Are Man United capable of getting João Felix, Amrabat, Frimpong, a centre-back, Suzuki? Are Man United capable, and a right-back as well, are Man United capable of doing 6 deals before the end of this summer transfer window? Are Man United capable? My deep down answer is no. We're inefficient, we're incompetent, and we're too slow. We are taking this transfer window at a snail's pace. It's like that storybook, The Tortoise and the Hare. The hare is running away with the race. The hare gets worn out. He has a rest. And what he doesn't realise, the tortoise is slowly but surely catching him. The tortoise overtakes the hare, and the tortoise still goes on and wins the race, even at the slow pace he's at. That tortoise is Manchester United. We're too slow, we're not quick enough, and we are lacking the pace to compete with the hare. Man United need to turn into the hare. Man United are the hare. Man United are the hare. We start the race and we're flying out the blocks and we are massively in front of the turtle, right? What then happens? Man United run out of energy, they run out of steam, and they run out of speed. They need to take a rest, and what they don't fucking realise, that turtle is catching them. And the way, it's like having DRS in an F1 race. If Verstappen is behind Leclerc, all Verstappen's got to do is put his right foot down, open his DRS, and Verstappen takes the lead of the race. That turtle, what has happened is basically opened up the DRS, opened up the speed, and has overtaken the hare. The hare wakes up and realises, oh shit, the turtle's overtook me. I've got to catch up here, but the turtle's too far in front for the hare to catch him. That's this whole situation as a whole. That is what Man United have done all summer long in this transfer window. And Man United have turned into the storybook. That is Man United in a nutshell. We're too slow, we're too inefficient, and we don't have the speed or the energy to keep doing stuff at the pace the fans and the supporters are wanting. That is Man United in a nutshell. But I'm hoping this is going to be a good week. That is what I'm hoping. I'm hoping Fred and Donny van de Beek are going to be gone this week. I'm hoping they're going to get the Amrabat deal done with Fiorentina. That is what I think will happen this week. But the way this last week has gone, it took until the weekend to announce Rasmus Højlund. We might get the Amrabat deal done, but what if it doesn't happen before the Wolves game? We need Amrabat in that game. So I'm hoping that's what's going to happen. But I don't trust this football club. I don't trust Manchester United. I've lost all trust and hope, believing at this club that they will do something right. Because so far, they may have got Rasmus Højlund and Onana and Mason Mount. Oh, look at our shiny new toys. Look how good they are. That is not enough. That is nowhere near enough to say this manager has been backed. So let's see what happens this week. So, hope you enjoyed the video. Hit the like button, the share button. Please keep subscribing to the channel if you're new on United Red Devils 20 on YouTube. Share the video. Hit the tweet button. Hit the retweet button. And remember to always put that notification bell on at all times to receive dedicated content right throughout the rest of 2023 on United Red Devils 20 on YouTube for more Fortnite, Hogwarts Legacy, Kingdom Hearts 4, FIFA 23 Career Mode, EA Sports FC 24, Rocket League, more Fortnite, more F1 23, and much more stuff planned for the rest of 2023 this year on United Red Devils 20 on YouTube. Who do I think is going to win the Community Shield? I think it's going to go to penalties. I expect it to be 0-0 at full time and in extra time, and it's going to go straight to penalties. That is what I'd like to see happen. But knowing I think Man City's dominance will tell. But let's see what happens. So enjoy us for your Sunday afternoon, people. Stay safe, be nice, be kind to each other. You're all legends, you're all legendary. Please keep subscribing to the channel if you're new. Enjoy your weekend. Enjoy this week coming in August 2023. Stay safe, be nice, be kind to each other. You're all legends, you're all legendary. Speak to you guys soon. Thanks for watching. Peace.